Hey, what's up, y'all? What is up, y'all? We are here to talk about Heist 88 tonight. It is movie night with the ladies. It is movie night with the ladies, y'all. So we're about to get it in. We're gonna get into this conversation and talk about Heist 88, what we liked, what we didn't like, and some of the nostalgia of the 80s. So let's get into it. My girls, we here tonight. I got I got BX, my
Hey,
girl BX. What's up,
what's
Tamika from
going on?
Tamika's Den? And then I got EJ from Dallas, from the Texas area. What's up, EJ?
Oh, what's up, Texas in the building?
All right, Texas is in the building. Confirmed. And Candy Love, she's coming in to get to star with us
Hi.
today. She's got a new channel. Um,
Yes.
the link is in the description. What you need to do is send me your socials. That's what I forgot to get from you, so I can put your
Okay.
link in the description. We got a couple of people here so far tonight. Steve Haskins, Greta, Miss T, what's up?
Hey,
Um, and we're gonna give everybody a
hi.
couple minutes just to get in the building. So, what was y'all thoughts about this Heist 88, y'all?
I loved it. I thought it was dope. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Had me going to go figure out what happened to the real people.
Right.
Yes, yes,
That was me too. I say, hold a minute, I gotta find out who this is for real in real life. Yeah,
exactly.
I enjoyed it. I really did.
And then they tell you that this took place in 1988. I started working
Hmm.
in a bank in 1990. So by the time I started working, this was all said and done. Like everything was all. I was data entry, so I was probably one of those people that was moving the things over to the computers and stuff. So I used to do data entry back in the day because I was good with. I used to be able to type real fast. That's when people didn't use all these abbreviations and stuff. You was actually typing real words out, whole
Yeah,
sentences.
correct.
Okay. So what are y'all thoughts about the movie in its entirety? And I'm gonna start with Tamika first, and then we're gonna go back this way. We'll work. So it'll be Tamika, then EJ, and then Candy. Okay.
I was expecting a little more. I was excited about it. I remember sharing the trailer when I first saw it, especially when it's things that's based around true events that always intrigue me. And just like Candy Love and EJ said, I definitely went to look up, like, okay, what really happened in real life? Did it go this way? Because we know a lot of times, even when they say based on actual events, true events, they switch up some stuff sometime, for the
And they
movie.
did in
So,
this. They did
yeah.
in this.
So I kind of wanted to see what the differences was, but yeah, overall it was definitely something that I was like, okay, I'm watching this because I love Courtney B. Vance too.
Me too. That's how me and you started
Mhm.
doing 61st Street.
Yes,
She came on my first review with that. So yeah, and a year later, or is it more than a year? I want to say it's a little over a year.
yeah, maybe
She's
a little
on it
over.
now for 2 years, and Tamika is on her way to 1,000 subscribers. So if you are not subscribed to Tamika's channel, please subscribe to Tamika's channel from Tamika's Den. All right. So moving on. um so basically this was a heist where it's based on a true story. They said it started out at 235 million and then went to 80 million. And um it takes place in Chicago, and Courtney Vance is basically the mastermind that has set this whole entire thing up. So
Mhm.
EJ, give me your whole synopsis, what you think of the movie, what so far, and then we'll dig deep after Kenzie.
Oh yeah. No, I thought the movie was really good. I thought it was well put together. I mean, you can't go wrong with Courtney B. Vance anyway. So, and I thought all the other people that I really didn't know who they were, I was like, oh, okay, like this. The elements were really good. I can't remember. A girl played in. I think she played in not dang Bernie. Was it Bernie Mac? No, that's not the chick from Bernie Mac. I can't remember what she played in. But anyway, whatever she
She was in
played.
a Tyler Perry movie. Didn't she play his She was in the Tyler Perry movie. Why Did I Get Married? She played his assistant.
Yeah, she
One
played
of
in Girlfriends is what it was. What I was thinking. I was trying to think she was somebody girlfriend and something. But yeah, but anyway, I really like seeing her. I like when she pop up and stuff. So I overall I thought it was a good story, and the I guess we'll talk about it later. But it was interesting to me how this was not the actual story, but how they remade it to make it better for TV. And I was like, I'm so glad that wasn't the real.
Well, the
Because
real
I was
story
so
was
bad.
too. The real story was too technical, right?
Yeah, so they needed to jazz it up a little bit.
Definitely. And you finished. Did you like the entire movie, or is it what you'll get,
No,
or you're gonna get through the?
the whole thing was
Okay,
good for me. I was on it. I was like, okay, this was better because y'all told me about it. I didn't even know anything about it. So
right.
I'm looking at
Mm-hmm.
it and I was like, I ain't even heard about this. So I told my husband to go. I was like, you got to go look at this. But yeah, I liked it. But that's all I got, y'all.
Okay, to the panel. Introduce yourself. Tell them about your channel, and then tell us what you think about Heist 88.
Yes, I am Candy Love. I'm not new to these streets, but I'm new to these streets. You can find me at Candy Love, Candy underscore loves to talk TV. I just started about 2 weeks ago. So this is my first live that is premiering on my channel. So if you all would please go tap on my like button, and then you can come back to where you are at Moochie, Tamika, or EJ's channel for me, please. I would greatly appreciate it. But as far as Heist 88, I don't know how I came across it. Well, I guess I was scrolling on the streaming service, and I said, Courtney B. Vance. Click, saw the trailer, click, play. I
Yup.
watched it twice. That day. And it was like, yes, I've been waiting on something like this, an old school, well, not old school, but an old feeling bank rob. I like anything that's illegal. I like things like that. Um, Also, I like the way it was very intricate of how they were trying to rob the bank in on the slick in while on the inside. And
Mm-hmm.
I was very happy to see Lester from, is his name Lester from Set It Off? Is it Lester? Lester's janitorial services.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
I
I was glad to
didn't
see
see him.
him
I
too.
didn't see him.
I
Yes,
don't
he
think
was the
that
guy.
was him. I think that's the daddy from.
Luther, you talking about?
Luther.
She's talking about
Yeah.
Luther,
Nah,
but
that's
I
not
think
Oh
him.
no, that was
Cause he
Keith.
passed
You talking
away.
about
He
Keith
passed away
David?
2 years ago.
Stop. We'll talk about
Yeah,
that later.
yeah,
But
it
that's the
was some
father
sort of
from
robbery thing and something went down, but we'll get into it
it's the
later.
Greenleaf,
But
the
Yeah,
pastor from
Green.
Greenleaf.
that's the
He's been in
pastor from
many
yeah.
Greenleaf.
things, and he
Yeah.
But
does
what? But do they
voiceovers.
look
Keith
alike? Yes,
David.
but they do look
No, nah, not
alike.
really. He's
No,
more small. He's smaller than him.
Yeah, he's
I said,
smaller.
oh,
I
look
usually
at
get
Luther.
him mixed up with Dak. He been in so many movies.
Yeah, but I do like
He
him
was
though.
in the one that was in
President's Day
ATL.
was
He
in
was in
Dead
ATL. He was
Presidents.
in Dead
Yeah, he
Presidents.
was in
Yeah.
Dead
Yeah,
Presidents.
He was
Yes,
in a
yeah.
lot of movies. He was in a
absolutely.
lot of
Okay.
movies. And
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
he Dag, I have the name of the cast. Hold up. I don't got his name
Keith
down.
David.
Keith David, yeah. Cause I
Yeah,
Hmm.
don't know
yeah.
why I always get him mixed up with and I don't know why I get him mixed up with Bill Duke, because Bill Duke is much older than him. But
Yeah,
anywho,
Hmm.
yeah. But it was an overall good story. I like it. I watched it twice.
I watched it and like Tamika, like you, myself, Courtney Vance. I like him and Angela Bassett. They got their own
Hmm.
film production company
Yeah.
going. So whatever they
Mhm.
getting ready to do, I want to watch just to
Yes.
support our people. And once
Hmm.
Angela Bassett is his wife, so they got this movie business, and it's both of their names. I think it's so hot.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
like
What's that?
Jeremy Horn basically is comes back to Chicago, and he's kind of burnt a lot of bridges with certain people, and he's trying to redeem himself with some people. So he comes back to go to his father's, I'm not his father's, his brother's memorial service. It's not even a funeral. He been gone for 10 years. It was a 10-year anniversary of his passing that they came to, and he sees his brother's son, which is his nephew, Marshall, for the first time in years. And I wanna I'm gonna hear Tamika. What was that encounter like? Because the first thing he said to him basically was an eye opener from there.
Yeah, that was funny because, you just saw him looking around, and then it was like he was gonna just go in, to the memorial and flip out. But then his nephew come running up to him and is like, Uncle Jeremy, and he's like, well, my dad always said to stay away from you, but then he wants to do that exact opposite thing. Like, he ain't
Mm-hmm.
nothing but trouble. And then proceeds to going into, how he needs help basically. So it's funny to me that this person your dad was always warning you about, you're going to him for help and saying you in trouble. So I was like, yeah, okay, we already know it's starting with a hot mess.
Right.
Yep. And
That was
and
funny.
and he's already
Mm-hmm.
going through some things right now, right,
Yeah.
Candies?
Yes,
So
his
I
face
don't
all
want you to
beat
get it.
up and
Mm-hmm.
whole thing. But yeah, but I was surprised that he said that to his uncle. Like my dad told me to stay away from you. Like,
You know what else
okay.
I wanted to ask you guys too, as far as this? What did y'all think about I like sometimes the way the story was told. It kind of started like in midway, and
Hmm.
then did a reverse.
Yeah,
So I like when stories do that, where we see them get to the point, but we don't know the whole
the
nuts
whole
and
story.
bolts of it. So I
Yeah.
I, I wanted to know y'all thoughts on that. Like, what was y'all thoughts on how their version of the story was told in the arrangements? EJ.
What up? Yeah. I mean, honestly, I thought the way that they kind of did it, I thought that's what made it so much better to me. Like I liked how they kind of go back and forth or whatnot. And I do want to say this real quick. I loved his response when he told his uncle that his daddy told him not to talk to him. I said, now that's real right there. That was one of my favorite
Yeah,
parts in
he,
the
he
whole
said to stay
Hmm.
movie.
away from him.
Yeah.
Stay
That
away
was
from
too
him.
funny.
Yeah.
Stay.
And he
Hey,
was
TYT Money Boy, what up?
real. But yeah, I enjoyed how they did it. I thought it was a dope way to set up the movie. Oh, can I hear me? Okay, yeah, I thought I had muted myself. I thought it was a dope way to set up the movie though.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I feel like, do you think Marshall had an idea of what Jeremy Horn actually does, what his uncle actually does
Nope.
when this whole conversation took place? Or do you think I was assuming, thinking that basically he was like, I'm just gonna he's gonna help me get this loan with being that I got my friends inside. So he thought
Right.
he was just gonna do some innocent, like not innocent, but not scamming to that degree. That's how I felt. How did y'all feel about that?
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
felt the
felt the
same way.
same
Yeah.
way. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't think he knew the depths
Man,
of
he
the
had
things
no
his uncle
idea.
was willing to go and how far he would go to
Mm-hmm.
make things happen.
Yeah.
So my next question, y'all, is we know that Jeremy is supposed to turn himself in. Once he comes to Chicago, he's supposed to call them, or actually, he's supposed to report to a probation officer because he's in the process of turning
Hmm.
himself in. But it's like he collects a scrapbook of everything he did, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
reading. Did y'all read all of the little clips that he had in that loose leaf?
I didn't
The
read them.
first
I didn't
one
get a
was a
chance. No.
okay. So it's Breeze Private Air Hoax Operation Suspects Dupe Executives out of thousands. So he basically had a doggone plane and was trying to sell them planes or something. He was doing something crazy. Then you got the Alcon Credit and Savings Bank fraud. He acted like he was a freaking bank, y'all, and was taking people money.
He was smart. He was a
Yeah,
smart
very smart.
criminal.
He
Yeah.
was
Mm-hmm.
very smart.
Yeah.
Then he had the Reserves Bank of Detroit, and this was foiled. This was the last job that they did, and this is
Okay.
why. This is why the reason why Buddha and Bree don't want to mess with him.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
They
they don't
messed.
want to
Something
mess with him
happened with the
because
plane.
that went sideways.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, these are his past cons, and to boot, he got a doggone ankle monitor on doing all of this stuff.
He was
Now,
brave.
who? What you say?
He got an ankle monitor on, and you doing all this. You set up all this illegal stuff, and I'm like,
Mm,
bruh, are you serious? You going here, there, and yonder. You got 20 days to turn yourself in, and you instead of taking time to plot your next scheme, and you
Mm-hmm.
bringing all these people with you, so they can trail back where you've been and who you've been with, you know. But I just thought he should have
walking
been
around with
smarter than
this
that.
doggone ankle monitor on.
I thought he would have been smarter than that. But I mean, it's the
Yeah,
movie.
that's what made it even funnier, just seeing the ankle monitor and him listening to the messages over and over where it's like, we're
Mhm.
waiting for your call and you're supposed to
Right.
turn yourself in and we know you're
Yeah.
in Chicago and he's just listening to the messages and
It was
still
like, okay, all
going on
right.
with his plan.
So they meet up. We know Marshall is a house music DJ, a producer, and he wants to have his own business. So he's telling him basically what he wants the money for. They talk about it, and he wants to talk to their friends. So to me, it seemed like he kind of already knew his connection with his friends and all of that. And he kind of saw his nephew as a mark to me. What are y'all
Hmm.
thoughts? Did y'all
I
see it
agree.
like that?
Yeah,
Once I put
that
everything
piqued his
together,
interest.
yeah, after he was riding
Once he
about looking at
my
everybody's
friends
house,
work in the bank, that definitely was
right.
like, oh, okay, well,
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
do
soon
they
as he
do?
said that,
Yeah.
Like the light bulb went off. Like, okay, ding.
exactly. I think he was thinking, hey, he could help me fill out this paperwork so I could
Hmm.
get this loan. He didn't think it was gonna be to this extent, man. So
Right. But
that's how I felt
then,
like.
but when he wrote him that check, I thought that would have like canceled everything out for him.
Nah, he
But
got
that
money to
was
play with
more
right now to reel them in.
right. But that was I'm talking about for the nephew. I thought that would have been like enough for him, but he was like still
Of course,
anxious to
you
get
gonna get
more.
greedy if you think you could get more, right? And
Yes.
he's letting them think, look, we could get away with this. I got away with this thousands of times before.
Hmm.
So
That was just like the,
he
the the mouse and the cheese.
exactly. So Jeremy meets his friends, Marshall's friends, Danny, LaDonna, and Rick. EJ, what's your thoughts about the friends?
Well, honestly, I thought it was gonna be. Honestly, I wasn't trusting the darker skinned one, not the one with the glasses initially, or Ladonna. But Ladonna was funny because she was like, is this five? She wanted that $500 though.
Oh yeah, we
She
ain't
sure
get there
did.
yet. We ain't get there yet. We just
Oh, my
talking
bad.
about the first
Oh,
initial
just
meeting
okay,
and
my
how he
bad.
basically picked them apart and found out all of the stuff.
Oh,
Like
you're talking about
he
when
wanted
he
to see
was
who he was
trailing
dealing with
them.
if they were smart
Yeah.
Mhm.
enough.
Yeah. Okay, my bad. I jumped in. I thought you were talking about when he met them. But yeah, when he was looking at each one of their lives so he would know how to exploit them. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. And everybody had some stuff going on too. So
Yeah, they did.
it wasn't gonna be hard to exploit them if he hit the right areas, which was
Mm,
money. But it
yep.
Yeah.
had to be he had to tie it back though. You know what I'm saying? Like he
Hmm.
to just lean in a little bit.
Yeah, he had to tie everything up.
But Jeremy actually thought they were loan officers. at first.
Well, yeah,
He
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
he,
yeah.
he didn't know they just work where they do the transfers. And when he found this out, he that's an even bigger end for him.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
Jerry.
we know that
Mm-hmm.
Marshall owes money to these loan sharks too. He
Yeah.
said he was gonna give him the money. You know what I thought at first, y'all? I thought this dude was gonna blow through that money because the bigger heist, but he did the right thing because he was getting his tail knocked around at the club.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm glad he did what he was supposed to do with that, clear up his debt.
so he to me he keeps instilling this in him, in them all. He said it more than once. Chicago is the banking hub of the country. He said it multiple times,
Mm-hmm.
and all right, I already asked the question about what are y'all thoughts, and they noticed the watch. And to me, she don't even they don't even know what that the fellas know what the Rolex is just because they where they work. She has
Right.
no idea. That was her first time seeing a watch like that. So this right here, he's to me he's like trying to figure them out, and I like this part for the simple fact that you can already tell he got his wheels in motion devising a
Mm-hmm.
plan.
He playing them.
Cause he knows he got this smart kid where he knows figures real good. That's Danny. That's what Danny's the one with the glasses. If y'all don't know,
Yeah.
then you got Rick. He's real good. He's real smart too. I mean, she's just past the numbers, but they dealing with money every day. So to me, you still got to make sure you on point with that. When you
Yeah.
if you make a mistake, this could cost you your job.
Mm-hmm.
If you
And
sending
they
out the
messing
wrong
with big numbers too. Like
exactly.
the way she was like, yes, $150,000. I was like, oh yeah, she feeling them numbers. She feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
When she said it, I was like, okay, yeah, sis feeling this number. She ready to handle business now. But this is a very good movie.
So we see. Okay, so from this point, Jeremy does reconnaissance. We see through him. We see all of their lives, like how their lives are,
Right.
and they actually show it before he starts following them. And we all see their lives. We see that I got her name. Oh, what's her name again? Dang.
LaDonna.
LaDonna, yeah. I had to get her name right. I don't know why. So LaDonna, she's basically the parent of her home because her mother is like, one of them
She for the
old hens that still want to go to the
Mm-hmm.
bar and sit on the bar and talk to the fellas and stuff like that. Love
Yeah.
come down.
Yeah, I felt sorry for her. I knew she was gonna run as soon as she had an opportunity to run. I knew she was gonna
hmm
take it, and
Yeah, because
she didn't
she's
second
more of
guess
a
it.
parent to her siblings than her mom is to me.
Hmm.
She
And
making
she didn't
sure
even
they do
second
their
guess leaving.
homework. Yeah,
Yeah.
it seemed like she just stayed there. As soon as she came, she was ready to go. And the first time, she wasn't even in the house.
Nope.
Remember,
She
she
was
was like,
walking out the
"Where's
door.
mine? This
hmm
is the worst place they live, right next to a damn bar. She ain't never home.
And they hanging out
She
the
probably
window.
come home right like after last call. Then you see her walking. Last call, she's like, "Oh, I had to
Right.
leave." Oh, we see all the glimpses of their lives, and a lot of things is not going right. Rick was supposed to get this promotion, and he's been at the bank for 6 years, and they're only making $3.35 an hour, y'all.
Yeah,
So
that wasn't
they feel like
nothing.
they dealing with all of this money and all this talent they got, and they
Mm-hmm.
just keeping them back. And that's how it
Yep.
was back in the days.
Yeah.
That's how it was back in the
Yeah.
There's
days.
still a lot of jobs like
It's
that.
still
They rather
exactly.
give you double the work and have you, I know friends of mine that have complained that they train and been there longer. They end up training the person that's going to become their supervisor instead of them just promoting them to supervisor. So that's
Correct.
definitely real.
Yep, using them.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he's got this problem. Tamika, what did you think about the story that Danny told about the co-worker, their co-worker?
What was the story? I don't even remember too clearly.
Okay,
I
Candy
haven't watched
remembers
it
it.
again
All
since I
right.
watched
Uh,
it when it first came out.
All right. So
uh,
basically, go ahead. You want
Go
to
ahead.
tell it?
Well,
You could tell it.
it's still happening today. You find a if one of us find the problem, find out what the problem is. I forgot how much money it was that he saved them, but the other guy was taking money and he ended up
Mm-hmm.
getting a promotion, but he ended up getting a gift card to a restaurant.
Oh yes, yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, yes,
Yeah, and
yes.
I'm
He
like,
got a
that's a bunch
gift
of
card to a
Yeah.
freaking Sizzlers or something like
yeah.
that.
I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, he
no,
found the discrepancy. They didn't even
Right.
yep.
fire the guy.
But
And
but you're not gonna tell on us.
he was
Mm-hmm.
taking $1 out of everybody paycheck.
Right.
And they said
Yep.
he was doing it for so long, the way it added up. So basically he was embezzling funds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the way it added up, he should have had the silver bracelets on. I do not
Mm-hmm.
care.
And on his feet.
Mm-hmm.
He should have been in shackles from top to bottom.
Yes.
Absolutely.
How
Yes, he
much
should
was
have
it that he
definitely
stole
been.
altogether? Do you remember what it was?
It was like almost a million.
Yeah, he took a lot of money.
It was like 100,000. It was like a lot of money.
Yeah,
And
and
he
then
was like, I saved. He said he saved them. He was talking about the fella, how much money he
mm-hmm.
saved them, and that's all they gave him. No
Mm-hmm.
promotion, still making the same money, all of
Yep.
that.
Yeah.
And that's still happening today.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. They're not gonna let theirs go. They let you go or give you nothing. Give
Mm-hmm.
you, oh, okay, thank you, and that's it. They don't care.
Right,
Exactly.
right, right.
They do not
So,
care.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry about that.
Mm-mm, you
I
fine.
apologize. Yeah. So we meet we like I said, we see their whole life, and Danny, he lived with his soon to be baby mother,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
the mother of his child,
Right.
and he has also her brother, and he seems like he's really like a jerk, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Danny was trying to hold his composure. I said, "Oh, Danny want to throw him across that balcony." I know he
Yeah, he
did.
was real disrespectful. She
Very,
was supposed
very.
to check him, being as though that's her brother, and I'm assuming they
Mm-hmm.
was staying in his house, so it makes it limited when you come in to stay there, and then y'all got a baby on the way. He basically just tossed all his stuff out, like, I can't wait
Yeah.
for y'all to get out of here so I can start bringing my honeys back.
Right. Like,
Yeah,
child.
when I first looked at that, why did I think that was his mama? And I thought that was the mama.
Nah, cause that's
Yeah.
remember she was getting ready to go to work because he was coming in.
But
But it
that's
was
what I'm saying. I thought
confusing.
that was the. I thought that the other guy
You,
was his brother,
she
and
do
that
have a motherly look though.
because she
She
had this.
does.
I
Mm-hmm.
was like, and then when I saw them, when I saw it later, and they kissed or something, I said, "Oh shoot, Erica, you got to start paying attention. Wait a minute."
Uh-huh. I know it looked like she got a house coat on and all of that. I know
Mm-hmm.
it do look
But
like
and the
she
way he was carrying on is like he might have been the stepfather because I didn't know who he was
That's
either.
what
yeah.
I
I'm
thought
like,
at
is that the
first. And so it's like,
stepfather?
Until
yeah,
he
is that
said
stepfather? Is that the
when
brother?
y'all
Who is
soon
it?
as y'all had that baby, when he said all
Yeah.
that, that's when I was like, oh, that's the
Mm-hmm.
girl.
Yeah. I'm like,
So
bro, he need to be tossed.
yeah, he was a jerk. He threw the crate of comic books out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
And
was
like,
And he
unnecessary.
kept a little nervous smile on his face. Look at him.
I mean, but he was ready to get at him though.
Yeah. I think he would have took him.
Yeah, I think he was just being easy because he know, we ain't got no place to stay, so I gotta
Mm-hmm.
we like watch. I gotta watch my tone right now.
Yeah.
So what did y'all think of Buddha and Bree?
Oh, they were magnificent. I love them.
I like
I
that.
love them too.
I liked them. They were the dynamic duo. I liked them. But were they together? Are they together or no? Bree dated him. She dated
Bree
him a
was
while back or something.
dating Jeremy
Jeremy.
before,
Okay.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
then
Okay.
they it wasn't personal. And then the
Mm-hmm.
last heist they did, she they brought somebody in, but she didn't know he was being brought in,
Mm-hmm.
and it was somebody that she was messing with, and he made everything go sideways because he got greedy.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right.
They both
So that
seem like, they was kind of like, what the hell you doing here?
Yeah.
Why are you coming around type of thing. Like
Yeah.
they already know he was coming with some bull. Buddha didn't go as
Uh-huh.
hard on him. And, obviously you could see that it was more of a thing with Bree. He's like, have you seen Bree yet? But he already knew, like, what the hell you doing here?
Mm-hmm.
talk about he have you seen Bree? Meanwhile, she right across the street. He know
Right.
exactly where she is.
He
I'm
plot
like,
he
yo, he
I
got
wonder how long
stalkerish mentalities.
I was gonna say, how long did he stalk these people out to see when they move, how they move, where they're gonna be at? I wonder how long he, did a surveillance on them before he approached them. Because he knew,
Word.
it's like he knew everything about them. He knew where they were, what they needed, and it was just he was just very detailed and on point
Yeah,
with
I'm
his
sure he
with
was
his with
watching
his
them for a
strategy.
while, the same way he wait and watched the kids. He was just waiting for his moment of when he can actually approach them and be like, okay, I got this job that I'm thinking about
Mm-hmm.
doing.
Mm-hmm.
So Jeremy Reels. So look, even he basically lives with his mom, and I believe he's like the head. He's helping his mother with the bills and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And they live in a bad area where it's a whole bunch of powing going on,
You
and
think that
she's
was
still
real?
taking a bus, huh?
You think that was real?
That's my question. Do you think
Okay,
he
I'm
planned
sorry. I
that?
got my track shoes on.
Yeah,
Mhm.
It just seemed
I
like
want you to go underneath that desk and
I
take
do
off
think it
and
was
go
real
pull up your
because the
track
way they
shoes.
reacted to it and the way he was like, "Oh, mom, I'm gonna get you out of here." It
Yeah.
felt like this was something that might happen on a regular basis.
Okay, so
I
you
don't.
don't think Jeremy orchestrated that?
I mean, he could have, but I feel like that's something that was already happening in the neighborhood because they just seem like, it didn't come off like it was the first time they ever heard that.
Right, right,
Because
right.
Exactly.
it's also like, even though like I just don't see a son walking his mom to
Yeah.
the bus station unless there
Mm-hmm.
is some kind of danger that happens on, you know what I'm saying, consistently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I feel like that has to happen. I think Jeremy was just merely a spectator and he just got the right moment at the right
Mm-hmm.
time, you know what I'm saying, like,
Mm-hmm.
to see what was going on. But it have to happen pretty often for him to feel the need to walk her there. So yeah.
Yeah, so he's seeing all their lives, and he's also seeing how much what they got going on. Where they, he's gonna figure out. He's trying to figure out how to reel them in. This is where I fit. What I thought. I said he's strategizing how he gonna reel these kids in.
Well, you gotta
And
make somebody. You gotta make them realize how much you need, like what they need. Like, he knows all of their needs. Now he's seen all of their lives, and he knows that they are. And what's the word I'm looking for? When it's at the point where it's so bad that you willing to risk certain things. I just can't think of the word I'm looking for
In
right now.
dire straits.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
mm-hmm.
Like, and that's what he's seeing. He's seeing desperate people. You need people to be desperate for a change. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he getting. He getting the information that he need because he know that they gonna be desperate, and that way he can get them to do what he needs them to do in most, for the most part.
So, what y'all think about this girl mother?
Girl, she for the streets. That's all I had.
You said she for the street.
Yeah, she was
Yeah, I
looking for
was
work.
assuming that she just, liked to party. She was an alcoholic or whatever the heck, because she was definitely staying at that bar. So, like y'all
Yeah,
already
that was like her
said,
second spot.
her sister, instead of her just being her sister that she may, have to check on here and there, it was like she was playing mommy and having to go to work and do whatever else she had to do.
Yeah, no. She was just doing it all, and then you
Mm-hmm.
smart to boot.
Mm-hmm.
So
He saw all that. He looking. Look how he looking.
like he was just taking everything, yo. So he reels them in. This is where he reels them in. But LaDonna's, she like, can we take this money? She don't want him no parts of this.
Mm-hmm.
And she like, she gonna leave on that note. And I
Right.
like the way she. You know how somebody be like, look, when your parents tell you if this don't sound right, you just take your black self out of this equation. And that's what she did. But she wanted that money, and then he gave her that watch.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's still reeling her in. He's still reeling her in. I think he knew she was gonna be reluctant. He knew she was gonna be reluctant, but he know that she wants the money.
Right.
Yeah.
And she was
Um,
one of the main ones that he needed to make this plan work. You know,
Yeah.
like he really
exactly.
needed her. So I felt like he knew exactly who, you know, he knew how he was gonna approach it, and I think that was the whole point of the recon. You know, looking
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what was the recon for. He wanted to figure everybody out and everything. I thought it was brilliant. Yeah, I want to see what I got because I had
Oh yeah. They well, you talk about the
yeah.
fake
Oh, I was
robbery.
getting wait. Hold on.
Oh, see, me and my
Take your
listen. This
track
movie was
take look,
good.
take your track shoes off, and we're gonna get
Let
into
me
it now. But what,
let me.
yo, he was playing them like a fiddle,
Yeah.
and he knew he was gonna get robbed. That's why he gave a watch to the girl. When I seen that happen, I said, "Oh, he set this up." I was saying that from then because it was too smooth, and you in
Yeah,
Chicago.
definitely was.
I'm sorry. I mean, was y'all into it or not?
I
Not at
figured it
first, but
was.
then when he just was like, no, and I was like, is this part of his plan? Like, is he scheming them? And of course, we end up seeing the reveal later, but I'm like, cause he coming all, like he hard at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what kind of got them even more. They was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Dow Info
Hey.
Movies. Thanks for coming to the channel. And it looks like Mr.
Ew.
Courtney doing his thing in this movie. I'ma check it out. And what's up, Suburbia Jones? Okay. Somebody said they do that now with the debit cards. Take $1 as if you never missed it. Okay, I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe
They
that.
do. It's still. That's why I was like, it's still happening today. They still taking money from people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it might not be
It,
as bad, but it's still going on. Especially
okay.
like especially the elderly.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they all
Hmm.
yeah.
They always getting them.
So this is the vote tonight. If y'all didn't vote, do you think the heist would have went through if Danny didn't go to the FBI? Cast your
Mm.
vote.
Danny
I want
sucked.
y'all to I want you to subscribe. Hit the like. Hit the share. Put me up in that algorithm, y'all. And
Ew.
so so I think with this is what's made them get on board. This was the last step to getting them on
Mhm.
board. Where he's been doing this so long because they usually call this what confidence cons.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's what because he had to gain their confidence and he got to gain their
Mhm.
trust and stuff like that. So what did y'all think about them training and learning the voices?
That was so dope. But I could tell the
It's
dude. I could
real
tell the
though.
smart dude. I could tell he could change his voice because he just seems like his voice was already changed or something. He just had that
Mm-hmm.
certain voice where you could tell he does voices, but he did a very good job.
Anybody knows if they work in a professional setting where they're using a phone, I have my correct voice. You understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you always
Yes.
be able to
Let me go off
switch it
screen.
up.
I used to be like this when I do my little. I'd be like, "Hi, hi, okay. My name is Candy. I'm calling from such and such." I would do that, but I was doing collections, right? And I used to my name was Linda Guy. I used to use that name, and
You
that
sound
was
like Rosa
my
Perez.
Yeah, they used to say I sound like her. Exactly. And I used to be getting my money and it worked.
Hey.
And I did that for years. That was like in my 20s, y'all. But anywho.
Ew.
Oh, I would have did, yeah.
I
Or I
like
would have
the
did
part when
Blanca
they
voice
was
if all else failed. What part? What?
No, I
I
was
like
gonna
all
say
the voices they was
I
doing.
like the
Yeah.
part before they started getting into what each one of them had to do, and they was discussing whether they was gonna even, join in with
Mm-hmm.
this. And then he was saying, "Our life is gonna change. We can own Chicago." He's like, "We ain't gonna be able to live in Chicago. Like, what are you talking
At
about?
all.
We gotta go. We talking about robbing the place we work for." And how LaDonna switched, because I think at first she was more so the one that was like, "What's really going on with this guy?" And even said, like, "What if I call and report y'all? You sitting here talking about doing this?" He's like, "Hey, I don't think you would do that because you're still getting away, like you said, with $500 and a watch and all of that." But now, when it came to this part, she's saying, you're talking about, well, I feel like they owe us this money because we black and all the hard times that we done been through. So
Mm-hmm.
that whole part there had me cracking up. And then when they was asking him, like, "Is your uncle the real deal?" And he was like, "Yeah, he's the real deal. He's real as they come." But at the same time, the first thing my father told me, he brings that up again,
Mm-hmm.
is to stay away from him. But yeah, he's as real as it gets. So I like that
But the
Y'all
thing
whole.
think
that he
about
got that doggone
what
ankle
y'all think of
monitor on.
Ladonna finding out, getting the heads up about everything, about the whole computer system being moved.
That
I
was
thought it
smart.
was
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was cool. It was a good thing
Hmm.
that she suggested everything to them.
Yeah.
And like, if we do this, we gotta go now. But to
Mm-hmm.
me, she didn't hear the whole, half of it was already done.
Hmm.
So, but he said, "All right, we're gonna go now." That's why I asked the question in the vote, in the poll. Do you think it's because of Danny they got her, or do you think it was
Well,
a little too late starting the heist?
the
Because
way he took those things out the pay,
transferred.
he took them out wrong. He
I
took
know,
those.
right?
He took them out real, and there was, the camera
It's
was
the way.
zoomed
All
in
you
on the
had to
way he
do
was.
is pull the metal things back. I used to put those books together.
Yeah, he tore it out too reckless. He was real reckless, but he was rushing, and I get it. But
Hmm.
those little slits of paper made a very big difference when she went to look at those books. She was like, "Hold a minute,
But I
something is
honestly
missing."
don't think that that was the thing. When her red flag was when she see when they said that they usually don't check the big bank accounts for so many days. For some
Hmm.
reason, she was checking them early, and that's how she caught it. She checked it earlier than what they
Hmm.
typically would have checked it.
And it was
And
in the negative,
then
right?
she went to the yeah, it was in the negative. Then she went to go look for those books after she was looking at it and it was in negative. Then she went to go look and see where they was at, and then that's when she saw the torn pieces. But then all she had to do was get copies of it because they
Right.
have them somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't really think that was the big factor that really messed them up. I honestly think it was a flawless executed plan. I think Danny is the one. He didn't believe in it from the jump. He didn't think they
But
could get
I don't understand. He already seen they made it. That's why I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Told.
Why would you
because
do
I
that?
think that was a flashback. I don't think that was that was a at the end. I think that was in the beginning when it first came about. This was
So
his
that means he must have told from the beginning. As soon as he
He
found
went
out
two
about it,
days
he told.
before. I think it was maybe 2 or 3 days before it happened. He went to the
Okay, which
FBI.
leads me to my next question. I'm glad you set that up. He gets the job offer,
Hmm.
Rick, and then he finds out that those two guys was part of the plan. I think, to me, I feel like Rick messed it up. Rick made when Rick came back with this information, that's when Danny was deciding to tell.
Okay.
When
Okay.
he was like, and the conversation that Tamika just said, is he real? Is he for real? Is he
Hmm.
when they had that conversation, that's that's when how I feel about that. I feel like he
It's a possibility.
once he came back and told them everything, and she came in when he was there and he seen all of this go down, and he said it looked kind of too shifty. But they was in and out. If he
Yeah.
would have talked to them before he talked, if he would have talked to Jeremy before he
Mhm.
talked to his friends, then I think they would have been able to go through with it. Because then he would have found out they was just a decoy. They was just a decoy. But that's what happens when you don't let everybody know what's going on with the
Yeah.
plans. You should have brought them in from the get go and be like, "This is what's going on." That
Yeah.
day when you had them there, when you was reeling them in, that's when you said, "We got a crew. This is going on. You're part of my crew, but we
Mhm.
need you to make this go down."
Mm.
Right.
What's y'all take on it?
I got to go back and look at it, but I feel like the way that they played it, the way that they said it, that Danny went like he just kept going along with the plan to play through with it. But it feels like he did it before, like way before they actually, you know, like I
Mhm.
don't feel like he did it at the last minute. I feel like he did it prior to when it first started because he was making his own plan, trying to get his money. Like this is what we gonna do. You know what I'm saying. And then they tell him like, "Hey, go ahead and go along with it," because he's like, "What am I supposed to do? You just go along with it." So I don't know.
Mhm.
I just feel like Danny never believed in the plan. He always thought they was gonna get caught. He didn't think that it was really plausible, and he was afraid that he was gonna basically take him away from his kid, his wife. You know what I'm saying? He had something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why you didn't even have to get down with it then? You could have walked away
Exactly. That's exactly what he could have done. But instead, he was trying to use that information to
Mhm.
get
to get his money.
to get his
Yeah. To get
money.
his come up
That's what
Mm-hmm.
he do. And I'm like,
for him
that
and the
was
friends.
exactly. He wasn't trying to me, he wasn't trying to say, even though he said them too, and he just has a conscience, is what it all come down to. But it was about him getting his family out of the situation they were in. And he felt like having this job was the only way to be able to do so because he thought they was going to get caught and then they was going to basically go to jail for the rest of their life. And so he tried to get himself out of it first. Well,
Yeah.
like I said, he did include the friends in it, but
Mhm.
it still felt selfish to me. To me.
Yeah, I thought it said he went 2 days before it happened, and I might have misheard because it's been 2 weeks ago that I watched it,
Me too.
but
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't get a chance to watch it again this week, but I thought it was maybe 2 days before. But had he told them about those two, I think let everybody know who's in on the plan as far as those two, not the robbery guys, but the decoys. I think they should have still told them because now I'm looking at you sideways, and you got two other people helping you, and then so now I'm gonna go tell my friends that you have two other people helping you, but they don't even know the intricate part of them. He doesn't know that he's going to give them his portion of the heist because he
Yeah,
has to go to prison. But I mean, they
exactly.
don't know that. But I think they should have known something, a little bit more information. But I don't know who threw the monkey wrench in the plan, though. I don't know which one did it.
So you know that Rick got the job offer at the Board of Trade, and that's
Mm-hmm.
like a big deal. He wanted to be a stockbroker, so they told him he'll start that job in 30 days. Now, when they went to him this last time, that speech he gave, that was a powerful one because it's so true. It rings so true. Where he was saying they brought me in, and I did all of this. And then basically they when it was time to get him promoted, he never got a promotion. They just let him go. They laid him off. And they was to me, do y'all think they was getting ready to do this to them once the computers is in? Because
Oh
after
yeah,
that
that's
comes, they
exactly
don't
what
need
I
them no
said.
That
more.
was gonna
That's
happen,
why they
yeah.
was keeping him for them 6 years too. I think that, but she got. I think if okay, let me slow down. If she talking about Harriet, the white woman,
Yeah.
the boss,
Mm-hmm.
when she hooked him up with her husband, he was gonna have another job, but and
LaDonna.
Danny and Ladonna, I think they was gonna lose. They get laid off after this. That's
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
opinion because
Yeah.
they don't need them anymore.
Right.
Mm-mm.
And they would have said some big thing about budget cuts and this and that and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why he wanted to make sure he knew that the jobs is not gonna be there. So that's why he wanted to secure himself with all of that. Plus his whole home situation. And he was talking about how high his IQ was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. This was a good movie.
He's, you know what, my favorite, I love the line that he said, you could feel the seas, this, you could feel all of the seas with the promises made to black folks in this country.
Yeah.
And that's the line that rings so true in this. And I thought it was awesome. And his delivery with it too. I don't know, what were y'all thoughts on it? I
Yeah,
guess.
what he said was 100% facts. He ain't tell no lies. Shoot, everybody knows that. And they know they've been sitting there struggling and trying to make, ends meet and having their own different battles, things that they got in common, and different ones that, they have amongst themselves. So,
Mm-hmm.
that was just to let them know, like, I've been there. Don't think I don't know about
Mm-hmm.
it. Don't think I started here. It
Exactly.
was something that got me here.
When he said that whole what was my future,
Mm-hmm.
and that whole conversation, just that whole dialogue just blew me away. I loved that part, as
Yeah.
Yeah.
well as when he was saying what was my future. So Jeremy was offered everything that Rick is being offered now, and he's letting
Mm-hmm.
him know what the path is to that. He said he
Exactly.
was a trader there too. He made them a lot of money, and they never promoted him to being a actual stockbroker.
Right.
So he knows that they basically gonna, what they always do, take all of the good parts from us and drink and
Mm-hmm.
then act like they come up with it.
Yeah.
Just certain people.
The
Yeah.
movie
So
Get Out.
I
I
just
also go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that just kind of piggybacking off of that part. My husband and I were having a conversation. We were like, "Do you think Rick would have made it to the 30 days? Like 30 days later, do you think he would he have actually got that job? I mean, we talking about a whole 30 days here. I don't know. I just
Nah, if they did it, he's been getting trying to get a promotion for over 6 years. No, I think she would have had some kind of excuse. Something came up. You know how nepotism is, especially back then with the stockbroker stuff. They was taking their kids right out of college and giving them jobs, and they was making them stockbrokers, them young boys.
yeah.
And
That's why
this
I
is
don't
with
think it would have
with the
happened.
'80s. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying I don't think it would have happened. I don't think he was gonna ever get that job. To be honest, I just think it was a pipe dream.
I
Something they
agree.
fed him or whatever. I don't know. But I mean, I could be wrong, but that was just, how you just be sitting there, you like, I wonder if they would have even gave him that job. 30
I,
days.
w- I wanted to see them get away.
Me too. I really did.
I wanted to see them get away, and then she go back and send for her sisters, because her mother will stay right there and hang out at the bar. She'd be living her best life after that. I mean, that's how I felt.
Yeah. I wanted it to be that type of ending too, to
I
be
didn't feel like they was gonna get away, especially not all of them. I didn't know if it was gonna be a situation where some was gonna get caught, but I definitely was not expecting everybody to just get away. I was like, okay, how this gonna go? What's about to happen?
I was mad at Rick when he threw the phone in his own dumpster. I thought that was so. I was like, wait, throwing that phone in that dumpster? And I'm like, usually when you hook up another phone line to the thing, that's just another phone line.
Right. I was
It's
like,
still
you
coming from
big
that number.
dummy.
I was like, what's like? How is right?
well, I think
So the
the
phone
purpose
was
of
still
the
being
phone
traced to
was
his house.
because it was because he had a rotary phone at his house,
Mm-hmm.
and I think the purpose of the phone was it needed to be one of them type of
Touch
phones,
tone
whatever
The
them
phones.
touch.
phones
Okay.
are.
Yeah.
I think that was the
Yeah.
purpose of that.
But he still
Okay.
is like he threw the phone in the trash can. I don't know if they would have known what kind of phone, but it was like you just wow, like I guess he told him to get rid of it. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
not
but you
like
could
it.
have took that and dumped that along the way instead of dumping it in your own dumpster. I did that part. True, I just had the nostalgia with
It
the
was
beepers,
crazy
y'all.
because you knew that they were gonna get like, Courtney, Jeremy knew that they would all get caught. That was the whole point of going out of the country. But the thing was, they wasn't supposed to get caught for a couple of days later.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying? Like
Nah, this
they
was
were
like right away.
yeah, they were supposed to get caught because he knew that they would figure out. I mean, think about it. They ain't gonna show back up at work. They gonna be gone. They were the ones who took the cars. Like if
Exactly.
they would have caught them regardless, but they weren't gonna catch them. Was supposed to be the plan. You go to a country where there's no extradition, and boom, and because they weren't gonna check those bank accounts for 2 days. It could have worked. It would have worked. you know
right.
but it is what it is.
Yeah,
I
I
thought
just
he
hate
took
that.
too long to hook up the phone.
Yeah.
I was so mad at
He was
him.
checking every plug. I'm like, how many plugs y'all phones y'all sockets y'all got in y'all house? But
But
he was
first of all, why you sat there like that all that time? You mean to tell me you was sitting there with the phone not hooked up?
not hooked up. I'm like,
You should
oh
have had that
God.
Exactly.
hooked up and been sitting on the floor waiting for that call. You act like you want to sit at a desk. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that was funny because that was one of the first things I thought. I was like, man, I would have been checking that phone so many times, just making sure this dial tone on. Like,
Right.
okay,
I
so
would have
this
been
like
making sure because I know if I mess up, it's gonna be a wrap. So I would have had to
exactly.
check that phone to make sure it was right. I would have had to check sure to make sure everything was connected. Whatever the phone needed, I was gonna have to make sure I had it because one wrong move and it was and he got it by the skin of his teeth.
Yes. That's why I asked, do you think it was because of Danny they got caught?
Oh yeah, I still think it's all because of Danny. Because Danny's the one who went to the FBI and told them about the plan. They had no clue. They were clueless about what was about to happen, and all they needed to do was get away. That was it. All they
Mm-hmm.
needed to do was get on that plane and get out of the country. Once they get to Geneva, Geneva is no extradition. They ain't bringing them back. At the most, they just never gonna see their families again. You know what I'm saying? Unless
Correct.
they bring them to them. But other
Uh-huh.
than that, once that money get to these offshore accounts and all this stuff, don't nobody have no like the US ain't got no jurisdiction over none of that stuff. Once that money transfers, that
It's
was it.
done.
That was it. It was a done deal. It's just Danny didn't believe it. He thought they were gonna get caught prior to. That
So
was
that
his
means
problem.
so that means Bree and Buddha got their money.
Yeah, they got their money.
Yeah.
Sure did.
They got their money and that was it. Nobody else
Well, that's
got it.
basically he in the end he knew he was going to jail.
Yeah, he play. I feel like
Well, he had to go.
I feel like that he you know what? To be fair, if he had got on that plane and got to Geneva, he would have ran. It felt like he was running. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
thought. I felt like he was running as well. I don't think he had any plans of ever actually turning himself in, but he did have plans of paying his friends back. That's how I
Right.
saw it. I thought they were, I thought the plan was for them to get to a country where they would be safe. And that was it. And that's how I looked at it. I thought that's what he was gonna do, but he was gonna make sure that his friends got what what he messed up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's Torek, Sterling, and Sonia's mom says they were supposed to smooth breeze, cuss some people out at the job before they left. You know you want to be doing that, right?
Okay.
Yeah. That's what because I'm trying to figure out how were they not like it would it look strange with all three of them leaving at the same time?
Remember,
Yeah,
Rick was home
definitely,
already.
it
Rick was
definitely would have
home
been
already when he
strange.
So he
did his
wasn't working
thing.
anymore. He was waiting his 30 days.
Yeah.
He was waiting his 30 days to be transferred and
Okay.
he works at night. So that
Hmm.
means they would have found out because Danny and Rick wouldn't have came to the night shift and then Rick stayed and did a double. So he might have, I mean, Danny stayed and did a double
Mm-hmm.
to get those numbers because when he gave the comic book to that guy, the one
Yeah.
that won the Sizzlers
Uh-huh.
certificate, coupon or whatever the case may be,
Yeah.
he he was supposed to be gone already because the guy said, "What you still doing here?" And he was like, "I'm
Yeah.
working overtime." I was like, that right
Okay.
there left the question now because when something happened, people gonna be talking about, yeah, Danny was here and
Mm-hmm.
where they figure out he was part of it too. So that means not only now are they
Yeah,
gonna be in the clear.
no, I
So
think he tells them that they all knew that they would be found out. He says they won't find out for 2 days though. Like they won't know that the money is missing for 2 days because they check
Right.
it every 2 days. And so
mm-hmm.
they weren't supposed to check those accounts for 2 days. And that's when they would have figured it out. And of course, all the paper, it's a paper trail
Mm-hmm.
because she the one who approved it, and then she not there, and then he like that. They would have figured that out, and they knew that. That's why they needed. That's what the plan was, to get out of the country ASAP before they check those bank accounts to see that the money is gone.
Mm-hmm.
True. And now it's all the money when he went in there to get that paper to where he had to actually go in.
Yeah.
That's what made them last. To me, if he didn't have to go in and physically get the money, which I think the FBI put that into place. I I don't think I think they would have got over if he was able to leave like right then and there that day.
Mm-hmm.
They would have been out of the country.
Well, no, because
Yeah, cause
Not yeah,
Danny
because
called.
Danny
Danny
already
called.
Danny ain't make the phone call yet.
Yeah, Danny is calling though on the day because he does that transaction in the same day. So the bank that he's going into his bank account, the bank that he had all the money transferred into. He tries to
Mm-hmm.
make a transfer to the over to the other to wherever he's trying to transfer it to, but they
Overseas, he
won't
had
let
to
him
physically
do it.
go in. Yeah.
But they want him to physically go in, and this is the account that he set up. You know what I'm saying? So when he goes in to do that or whatever, all he had to do was get through that. So once he got through that, that's how Breeze and them are able to get the money, because they got the money because he went into the bank, cleared it so that they could transfer. All the money is gone. Like
Mm-hmm.
the money is gone, and it's crazy because they literally got away with it. The money is gone, but
yeah,
Danny's
Exactly.
dumbass
yeah.
just
It was Danny.
it was
All
It was
right.
Danny.
Danny. It was Danny. Yeah, yeah. Danny
All right.
fluffed up the plan.
So this the last clip for the night, and the last thing we gonna discuss.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna ask y'all a question after we look at it. Yo, I was so mad at him. I was so mad at him. I was so mad at him. I was
I
like,
think you
this
need to run.
yeah, I'm like this motherfucker told. And then when they did the flashback, I was like, oh man.
Mm-hmm.
He pissed me off.
Yeah. He fluffed up the thing.
Yeah, he really pissed me off with that.
Mm.
This ain't the
Yeah,
one
he
I
did.
wanted to go to. That's it. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, he did that. But
So was y'all
yeah.
all mad when he did this?
Hell yeah, you
Yes.
can hear me mad. I'm so
Yeah.
mad at it.
Like
Shoot,
a
eighty
shout
million
at your TV?
dollars.
Yeah, because I was shouting at my TV, y'all. I
$80
was like,
million dollars, and y'all was at the airport. Oh, child,
And
please.
they wouldn't have got caught, Mooch. I'm telling you,
Mm-mm.
no, I
they
don't
they
think they would have got caught
they wouldn't
either.
have got caught. The money is gone. So first of
The
all, with the
money's
money
gone.
being gone, it's out there. It's over with. That part is over with. They not getting that money back. But the sheer
Mm-hmm.
fact that nobody was going to be looking for them just yet. Like nobody was going to be looking for them just yet. All they had to do was get on the plane. It would have taken them a minute to figure out, okay, so now that we know the money missing, now who, you know what I'm saying, like it would have took them a little bit of time to do that, and then once they found it, they would have already been
And
gone
then he told them everything. Where they
Mm-hmm.
was leaving. I
everything.
was like, this little
Yep,
bit.
where they was
I said, I
going, where the
don't even know
money
why
was
he got
going.
involved. And he was the one that told that story. So I was like, yo, he gonna be down with this because he's tired of the
Mm-hmm.
how they treat him. I was like, when he told, I was like, you know what,
And he gonna
you
need
just
more than a
like
coupon. I'm like, bro, they ain't finna give
Yeah.
you nothing. Like you could have had
Mm-mm.
millions. Like, oh, Danny just irked me, y'all.
With them
Irked me.
big old glasses on. Excuse my French.
Chief should have swung on Danny one time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hit him with them hit him with them things
He
he
knew he
gave him.
messed up.
He
He
should
knew
have
he
popped him
messed
right in
up.
his eyeglass.
She said, why he turn around and had that dumb look on his face like that? Even though I don't know her voice, that's what I heard. I gotta visit her channel.
Listen, exactly. It was the way
Exactly. Look.
his face was looking. And the crazy part about it, I
He
know
like it
Danny
to mess his clothes.
okay. I know he was thinking dang, we actually got away with it, and my dumb ass done told. I didn't think we was really gonna make it. I didn't really think
Yeah.
and I would have loved to seen how the friends reacted to learning that he was actually the one who did. Like I needed to know what the reaction was.
Yeah, me too.
Me too. It left us where you wanted more. So that's what I
Yeah.
liked about it. You wanted to know, like, damn, did they confront him about this? Because they all shook on it. They all shook on it.
Did he get more than $3.35 an hour later? Like, did
Yeah,
he get
I
more than
wanted
that?
to know how it. I wanted to know the after effect of it.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, that's
Yeah.
it
I
when
need
it
10
went
more
off.
minutes. We
Yeah,
needed 10
so
more
it kind of
minutes.
left you wanting more. So that's how I felt with that too.
Well, they need to bring us
If they had to put the words at the
part
end, you know
2.
how sometimes they'll put the words at the end and say this happened, this happened. If they had did that, I would have been okay with that. I just needed to know what the reaction was. I need to know, was it worth it, Danny? Was it worth it?
Exactly.
Because that money gone. Shoot,
I was
it's
so
in an
mad at
account somewhere.
Danny.
Yeah, I want to know what his outcome was since he had to be a snitch. Since he
Okay,
had to be the
snitch.
tattletale, you know.
All right, I'm gonna
Like,
close the poll out, y'all. Let me close out the poll.
And the police do.
I think it's a give me, right?
yeah.
Everybody's in agreement. Yeah, it's Danny's fault.
Yes, Danny.
83%. The whole chat voted. Thank you. I appreciate it, y'all.
Yeah.
And
I'm just glad that wasn't the real story, Mooch. I'm glad that wasn't how it actually happened, because I would have been like, "Ugh."
and that's where I need you and Tamika with explaining the true story now. We're gonna close it off with that. Who's gonna tell a true story?
Shoot, all I remember from the true story was that part didn't happen, and I think he just got caught.
Yeah, but he's living a good life now. I don't know
But
anything
he
after
has,
that.
after that, I think he has money now, and like it's shoot, he ain't really had no real repercussions. I think he went to jail or something, but that was it. But like
But
he's
what
still,
about the other people? Like,
and I don't think the
what's
They
money
wrong with the other
ever
all
got
went to
people?
found,
jail.
if I'm not
They
mistaken.
all went to jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Okay.
money didn't get found. I think the money was still. I think they actually pulled it off too. Didn't they pull it off? Didn't it?
They pulled it off, but they went to jail.
Yeah, they pulled it off, but the money never got.
They wasn't able to recover all the money.
Recover the money. Recover. Yeah, that's the word.
Okay. So were the two decoys, were they real life characters?
That I don't know. I didn't dig that deep.
Okay, he said, I think the visual they showed us is what was supposed to happen versus what did happen.
Okay.
Which part?
Okay. Talking about the ending, I don't know. He'll tell me. I guess I will mention it.
So did somebody tell for real? Did somebody snitch for real? Did we have a Danny?
No.
They didn't say
Nobody.
anything about
nobody
anybody
Nobody
snitching. He
snitched for
just
real.
got caught.
Yeah, he just got caught.
caught.
They say in the real life thing that he just got caught. There was no snitching. That they added that part purely for television.
Right.
Exactly. Oh, in the movie, the friends didn't go to jail. In real life, they did.
Yeah, in real life they did.
In real life,
they
they did some
they
time.
not supposed
Yeah.
to.
In
I don't think they did as much time as him, but they definitely did time. I remember reading that. And then when he got out, he had wrote a book, and he was kind of mad that they because they, like I said, changed some of the things, and they even changed Jeremy is not the person's name in real life. He was kind of mad. He wanted them, I guess, to give him some type of credit or
Nah, they not gonna tell nobody like that with people
right.
coming to them.
Shoot.
Right.
You got all these smart people
and
now
he
that
don't
know how
get
to
no
know these
money for
computers.
it. Yeah, he don't get no
And
money for it, so they
Yeah,
have to.
no.
So if they change all this stuff, they not
Mm-hmm.
obligated to pay
to
him
pay
either.
him.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
All right.
That's
So I
crazy.
look, I thought it was good. I watched it more than once.
Hmm.
Other than, I'm talking about I watched it the night that me and Tamika talked about it. So that was a couple of weeks ago, and then I watched it again. So I thought it was a good movie, but I was kind of
Hmm.
pissed off with it. I didn't like the way that it turned out. I wanted them to really
Right.
get away with it.
At
When we
least us
see
see
them
them
chilling on a
walking
beach or
wherever.
on an island or
Yeah, and
something.
then
Exactly.
maybe if the cops pull up on them or something, but no.
Right.
We need about 10 more minutes. But
She said I thought it was going to be a series. Hi, Renee.
hello,
And
Renee.
For real, Candy said, right? All right, so that is it for the night. What y'all got going on your channels? Well, I think we all know what we got going on our channels. What's next? Power, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What y'all
It's
got
not
going
coming on
on?
tonight though, is it?
I
We got
Yeah.
a
don't think
break
so.
tonight?
It's
Okay.
a break tonight, right?
I
No, it
think
should
so.
be on. I
It should
think
be
the
on.
break is after this week.
It's after
Really?
this episode. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's after episode 8.
Mm-hmm.
Uh huh.
Okay. Not okay.
Yeah.
So I got to stay up. Damn. Darn.
I'm not
Ah,
gonna be up. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm so tired. I
sometimes I just wait
don't.
till the day if I'm too
I
tired.
usually do, but I don't think I'm gonna make it tonight.
I might just have to
But yeah,
download it.
Power will be
Over
next.
for me.
Love after lockup for me, and I got my over and my sisters up. If y'all want to check that out, and other
Yeah, I
than that,
saw it when
that's
you put it up. I said she ain't playing, man.
Over
I
She
was
need
ain't
you to
playing.
teach me, Tamika. You
Yeah,
got to
that was
teach me how you
crazy.
do that, because I'm like, oh, the episode just went off, and Tamika. I'm like, okay, we in the same time zone, so I
I'm
don't know
trying
how
to
you
get
do it.
busy, girl.
What you
yeah.
got going on, EJ?
Girl, what you got going on?
Okay. We'll see y'all Monday for Power.
Hmm.
Okay, and she will be doing Power too. So she gonna try to get her express review up after this. All right,
Okay.
Candy? All
Listen,
right.
Tamika reviews.
Look,
Tamika did that review on the Oval, and I looked at the one that you had put on TikTok or Instagram or something, and I was like, "Oh shoot, I gotta go straight and look at it," because I
Yeah,
was so intrigued after you had ran down just the basics of what happened. I said,
They
"I'm running
wasn't
to go look
playing
at."
with that boy. They
they
a hot
came with the
mess.
thunder. I was like, oh yes. I'm finna review this. I've been working on my review today, but that's why I
so
need you
Oh,
to
okay.
have a
teach me.
good night.
So
Thank you
you
for
so you doing
joining
that
us.
too? So Candy, tell us what you doing with your
I
channel.
am going to do any and everything Tyler Perry. I'm going to wait on Kanan to come in December before I start Power.
Hmm.
That book. I'm going to finish working on the episode 2 of Atlanta's Playboy. Hopefully, I can get that up this weekend. I'm gonna try. It's a struggle, but I'm working.
You got
You learning. You gonna understand the deal now.
Oh, I
Hmm.
understand it now. I was working on stuff on my lunch break, and I was like, oh, I work a whole lot, and it's like, okay, I got to carve out some time to record a video. I might just say my stuff's gonna be out of order. It's not gonna be in order like Tamika's from A to Z, but mine gonna be, flip. You know,
You
I'm
have
gonna
to
start
do things.
talking.
You gotta do what works for you.
Yeah,
Tell them
absolutely.
about your channel, Candy, so that way they could go subscribe if they're not subscribed again.
Please go to Candy underscore loves with an S, the number 2, Talk TV. Candy loves to talk TV, and I do because I get upset when people don't know what I'm talking about. Um, so that's my channel. Please go and subscribe. And if you have not already liked the video on my channel, please leave Moochie and Tamika EJ and tap my like button and leave a comment as well. Say hello, that you stopped by, and you can come back to your respective channels. I would greatly appreciate it. And just keep your notifications on, and I'll be dropping some things soon. Thank you for
All
the
right.
opportunity, Moochie.
You're
And
welcome. Yeah. All right, so that is our show for this evening tonight. Thank you for coming out. God bless, and we will talk to you guys soon. Keep y'all notifications on. I'm gonna be having some stuff coming through. Talk to you guys soon. Later.
Peace.